Hi, today I have stencils and nature-inspired stamp craft ideas. For my first DIY, I took a normal paper cup, simple small one, and then I took one old book page. It's yellowed and has got text all over. I'm going to use this to decoupage over my paper cup. So I'm going to tear my old book pages into thin small strips and then into small pieces. I took some decoupage glue or diluted PVA or craft glue, and then I'm applying it onto the surface of my cup using a flat brush and gradually sticking all the small pieces of old book pages. I'm slightly overlapping the next page over the next piece of page so that it's evenly and completely covering the whole of the cup. I'm also making sure at the same time that the text flows horizontally throughout, though it's broken because of the small pieces. It gives a little interest and nice look to it. Then, just like any other decoupage technique, I'm giving a coat of decoupage glue over the whole surface where I have decoupaged, using a flat thin brush, giving an even coat for protection as well as shine. Next, I took some coffee powder and mixed it with slight few drops of water to make my coffee stain, and this stain I'm applying onto the top and bottom edges of the cup where the old book pages are to give it a little more extra vintage or rustic feel about it. So once this is dry, I'm taking this stencil. This is a plastic stencil from Kids Craft section, and I'm going to use the star shapes out of it. So I used 3 different sizes of stars and a round tip brush with black acrylic paint to make my star shapes here. So once I took them out, the stars came out fine, but I'm not very pleased with it. So I'm using my brush to define the tips of the stars here. Then I added a slight single line below it to give it the look that of a label, and then diluting more of this black paint, I'm applying it again on the top and the bottom edge where I had already stained with coffee to give it more definition, more rustic, more vintage vibes about it. The cup is ready on its own, but still I took this crooked old metal wire and I have bent it to form a handle, and then I poke it through either sides of the cup, take it out and twist it to form a handle to carry this cup. So now it's like a bucket. So one can fill it with some treats, sweets, or even add things like stationery like crayons, erasers, or things like that, paper clips, and you can use it as an organizer on the desk. No, this is not a cooking show. I just took out some humble ladyfingers or okra as it is known as. It's for my lunch, but I'm going to use this to make my stamp. Yes. Now the cut section of a ladyfinger has this beautiful look of a flower. If you see closely, and you can cut towards the base to get a bigger flower or towards the tail to get a smaller flower. This is going to be my nature-inspired stamp for this project, where I took a ready-made decorative tag sign. This is already in white, so I'm going to start straight away painting. I'm using the ladyfinger or the okra stamp for making this, and I start initially with darker shades of blue, then gradually moving to purples and finally moving to pinks. So I'm starting from the darker color in the background and gradually moving to a brighter color or a lighter color later on as the stamping process keeps on happening. I'm trying to make hydrangea flowers here. I'm not trying. I know it happened. It is already done. I've edited the video and I've published the video, and you're watching it after I know that I have already made it. Yes, it definitely, a ladyfinger stamp can be made to look like hydrangea flowers, so you can have fun crafting. So I made some of the flowers on both the sides. For giving it more natural look, some leaves have to be there. So I took a little brush and some little green acrylic paint and made green leaves in between to give it more natural look. And then some words should definitely come here, and what we must all spread are good vibes. This is pretty. I just wanted to add a little piece of ribbon into the tag hole. So I took a purple ribbon, pretty color, satin ribbon, made a loop, and I had put it through the tag hole to make the little ribbon for the tag. And I think this is beautiful. Lovely decor, meaningful, and a great craft idea for both kids and grown-ups. For my third DIY, I took a handmade paper or a canvas, or you can take a good cardstock paper which is used for making cards. Then I went into my garden and got a few leaves in beautiful shapes. I'm going to use some acrylic paints in different shades of greens and some brush to apply the paint onto the surface of the leaf and stamp it onto the paper. And later on, I'll put my words in it. Just make sure while you're stamping, you do not shift the leaf again and again, otherwise you'll be smudging the color over the surface. So just one confident step of placing the leaf onto the surface, press it down. I'm using a rag to do it, and then just lift it up in one go, so that the color doesn't smudge around. I just kept on layering up with different shades of greens here. I must tell that today I am joining Farm Jam Chic, Missy from Crafty Cove, Amanda from Six Kids and a Glugan, and also Shannon's Crafty DIYs for today's challenge of using stencils, stamps, stickers and transfers. So I'll put link to the playlist and also to the 4 lovely channels down in my description box. And this DIY of mine is specially dedicated to you, my friends, who have, over all this time that I've spent on YouTube, have given me so much love, appreciation, encouragement, and have been so kind to me. I'm really thankful for all the support that you have showed me. And I wish you all a very happy and healthy life ahead.